I've put together a little video to share some tips with you on how to take a small hinged tin and turn it into a really cute little gift card holder, something like this one. We're going to use a brand new stamp set from Taylored Expressions called Enjoy. I concepted this stamp set for Taylor and it was awesomely illustrated by Nancy McKinney. The idea behind this stamp set is to have images available to make gift card holders for just about any type of gift card you might want to give. So let's get started making our gift card holder. Let's get started. I have one tin already finished that I'm going to show you, and then I have another one that we're going to do slightly different so you can get a couple of different ideas for these tins. This tin, it's a small hinged tin that I got from Taylored Expressions. They're just solid silver, so they're really easy to alter. And this one, as you can see, I used the frame image from Enjoy, and I stamped it and I die cut it with the die, the Taylored Expressions frame die that matches the set. On the inside, and I covered the outside with ribbon, as you can see, and on the inside I die cut another piece of just designer paper, and here's the gift card. So this is a gift card to a local restaurant, and so I used the place setting image to go with the restaurant. And I just used some tiny twinkles, and all the images in this set will easily punch out with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Okay, we're going to do something a little different for the one I'm going to show you today on how to do. Now, unfortunately, I only got one of these tins. I don't know what I was thinking from Taylor, so we're going to go ahead and use an Altoids tin. I had several of these in my alterables stash, so we're just going to go ahead and use the Altoids tin for today. Either will work. The deal with the Altoids tins, of course, is they have writing on the bottom, so you need to cover the bottom. And depending on the color that you get, sometimes they have also an embossed top or a color that you don't want. So they can be spray painted, they can certainly be used. But if you're going to do several of them, I would get the silver from Taylor. Okay, so what you're going to need, you're going to need one piece of cardstock that is 3 by 3, and we'll get to that in just a minute. And I've gone ahead and die cut out 3 of the frame shapes. One of the frame shapes will be the solid color cardstock to match your 3 by 3 piece. 2 of the pieces will be designer paper, anything you like. This happens to be from the Snow Day Project Pantry at Taylored Expressions. All right, and then the last thing that I did is I went ahead and I stamped the frame image so I can show you how this die works. I went ahead and stamped it, and I stamped the word Enjoy, and in this case I'm going to use it actually on the inside of the tin instead of on the outside as I did on the other one. So let me quickly show you how this die works. You're going to get, I don't know how well you can see this on camera, but you're going to get a plastic template, and this is how you make your die cut perfectly. You're simply going to lay the template over the stamped image and line it up. You're going to see where the cut line is. Line it up just how you want it, and when you get it lined up, just take a ballpoint pen and go ahead and color in the little circle registration marks. Okay? Simple. So now you've got your 2 dots. All right? Now you're going to take your die and you're going to line up those dots in the little holes. Whoops, that has a little piece of cardstock in it from last time I used it. All right. So we're going to line it up. Now, you really want to use this Scotch removable tape. Taylored Expressions sells it, and I use it for all my dies. It's great with spell binders as well as the Taylored Expressions dies. So you're just going to take a little piece of it and put on each side. These pieces of tape, you can use them over and over again, so I keep them on my Big Shot so that I can use them constantly. And then we're just going to pull the Big Shot over and run it through really quick. Whoops! Yeah, I guess it's not helpful to have it on a plastic placemat. Sorry. Okay, here we go. And there's your die. All right. So hopefully you can see that. All right, now that's my fourth piece. So I now have 4 of those die cuts. 2 pattern paper, 1 solid paper, and 1 of the stamped image. The one that's going to go on the top of the tin, I've gone ahead and decorated with a little strip of cardstock and a scallop circle. Now, as I said before, all of the images in Enjoy were designed to be punched out with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. However, some of them will fit, well, they'll all fit in other, obviously, shapes. You can use different little Spellbinder shapes. Or some of them, I chose this time to use the cup, the little Starbucks cup. I actually punched it out with a 1 3/8 punch this time. And I'm layering it on one of the Spellbinder's scallop circles. So I've already gone ahead and colored that in with Copic markers. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. And we're going to put that down. Okay, and this is going to be the top of my tin now. All right, since this particular flavor of Altoids has the red band, I looked for a paper that had some red in it. Okay, I've been successful as far as adhesives on the tins themselves. The Tombow Multi works really well. I found that zip dry glue worked quite well. And then the Tailored Expressions sticky tape, of course, works great as well. Okay, so let's see if I can get this mono to come out. Here we go. Alrighty. And we are going to go ahead and adhere. With the Tombow, of course, it does slide around a little bit, so you want to just be a little bit patient to get it stuck down. Okay. So essentially that's your lid. Now you can go ahead and add ribbon to the edge like I did on this one if you want to. There is a little bit of writing on the back, so I'll probably go back later and add a strip of ribbon or even a strip of the designer paper around that. I'm also going to take the other piece of designer paper that was already die cut and I'm going to glue that to the bottom to cover up that writing. Okay, so that's what that piece is going to be for. Let's go ahead and open our tin. And I'm going to use this time the frame image on the inside of the tin. As you can see on this sample, I used it on the front of the tin. And here I'm just going to use it on the inside. So let's just put a little bit of adhesive on that. And slip that right in. Isn't it cool how that frame fits right on there? Okay. I don't know about you, but I have loved decorating Altoids tins for all sorts of purposes for a long, long time. So it's really nice to have a die that actually cuts out that shape exactly. Okay, now I want to give you a little tip. On this tin, what you're going to see is for the gift cards, you see how it's built up and there's little ribbon tabs to pull it out. When you put a gift card in here, it's going to be a very tight fit, and I found it was a little difficult to pull it out. I mean, you can do it with your fingernail, but I decided to put in ribbon tabs as a pull to help you pull that gift card out. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do, is build up the bottom and put in the ribbon tabs right now. Okay. So you have your 3x3 square of cardstock, and you're simply going to score 2 sides of it 1/2 inch. Okay, so we're going to go 1/2 inch here and turn it around, and 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, and fold those up. Okay, so you see this piece is now going to fit right in there like that. Now it slides around a little bit, but it won't once we glue the other die cut to it. So let me show you how that works. In order to get my ribbon pulls, I'm going to take some narrow ribbon, and this time I'm going to take just some Scotch double stick tape. You can use sticky tape, or I don't like to use liquid adhesive with ribbon because it takes a little while for them to dry. I prefer a tape. And I'm simply going to cut a little loop of ribbon here, just like this, and stick it right down on the tape. Okay, and now I'm going to do another one. just goes, whoops, right down on the tape. Alrighty. Now this is going to sit right on here, and I'm just going to take, again, you can use whichever adhesive you prefer. You can use the sticky tape, you can use this Tombow, your zip dry, whatever you prefer. Alright, and we are going to fashion this right in the center. Right, and just get that adhered down. Okay, here we go. Now you can see that you can't see this piece behind, but it's going to raise up the little spot for the gift card. And I just pop it in there, and you can see now, you see how the ribbon loops just popped right up. Okay? So now we can stick our little Starbucks card in here. Okay? You have your little pull tabs that'll help you pull it up and get your nail under it to pull it out. Okay? So, close it up. And I think we need just a couple little embellishments on there, so I'm going to go ahead and use just a couple of Kaiser Craft pearls. Alright, and there's our finished tin. Although this is from a Christmas collection of paper, really this paper does not scream Christmas. So you could really use this exact same tin, just like this, for a Starbucks gift, for a thank you gift, a birthday, really any occasion that you might want to give a Starbucks card for. So it's not specific to Christmas, but it works great for Christmas. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for joining me today.
You're a cute doggy.